The little girl said no one could remove the steel spike from her chest. But the man didn't believe her. He reached out and grabbed his chest. This scene scared the crowd so much that they wet their diapers. Because once the nail is pulled out, the little girl will turn into a murderous ghost. Turns out that the man is a serious psychopath. He thinks he's a super soldier. To maintain world peace, he uses slippers to communicate with headquarters every day. Today he was practicing his flying skills. But he tripped over his left foot and fell on his right foot. When he woke up, he found a lump of snot on his chest. He claimed to be the first undead system in the universe. It can give hosts the power to fight against ghosts and creatures. And Chen Zhuo is the chosen one. But before he could finish his sentence, he was slapped by a slipper. Get out of my way. Don't block me from absorbing the essence of the sun and moon. When did the snot monster ever feel so humiliated? He yelled at Chen Zhuo for being a psychopath. At that moment, a scream came from the hallway. Chen Zhuo and his roommate rushed to the window to check it out, only to see a female ghost crawling out of the darkness. Chen Zhuo and his roommates were calm. They thought the girl was a new roommate. Was their new roommate. The snotty monster beside them quickly reminded them that this was a second-order ghost. The drought demoness is out in the middle of the night to eat people. In response to his warning, Chen Zhuo didn't pay any attention to his warning. He even told the drought demoness not to yell in the hallway in the middle of the night. The drought demoness let out a roar. The next moment he rushed in through the door and landed on Chen Zhuo's clean and tidy bed, looking at the black liquid dripping from his body. Chen Zhuo's eyes widened in anger. Then he took off his communicator to communicate with the headquarters, and threw it at the drought demoness' face. This blow sent him flying tens of meters away. Then he walked up to him. Whether you're new or not, I'm going to beat you up for polluting the environment. If you pollute the environment, I'll beat you up. However, the drought demoness didn't give him a second thought. He was still secreting black liquid under his legs. Seeing this, Chen Zhuo punched him in the face again. After finishing, he asked the drought demoness to clean up the place with an unhappy face. The drought demoness was so scared by his aura of a king and conqueror that she was shaking in fear, nodding his head in agreement. Then he began to clean up the place with an aggravated look on his face. Eventually, he took advantage of Chen Zhuo's sleep to sneak away. Early the next morning, a fat man who claimed to be the director of the exorcism bureau came to the mental hospital. He claimed he wanted to meet Chen Zhuo. It turned out that Chen Zhuo's violent beating of the drought demoness last night was captured by the surveillance camera. It was transmitted to the exorcism bureau's big screen. The drought demoness is a ghost. Was beaten to tears with his bare hands. Director Zhou immediately decided to invite Chen Zhuo, a reclusive expert, to join the exorcism bureau. But when he arrived at the mental hospital, the director told him Chen Zhuo was only a severely mentally ill patient. He's not the reclusive expert they say he is. Officer Zhang Yuyu thought there was something else going on, so she asked Chen Zhuo if he remembered what happened last night. But Chen Zhuo stared straight at her breasts. Then he said with a nervous face, "Your two little balls seem to be sick. Come here and let me help you." After saying that, without waiting for Zhang Yuyu's reaction, she reached out and grabbed them. Luckily, the dean stopped her in time. "I'm sorry. This guy has no concept of male and female. I didn't mean to offend him. He's really just a psychopath." When Zhou heard that, he had to give up the idea of letting Chen Zhuo join the exorcism bureau. But the drought demoness took a beating last night. They'll definitely come back for revenge tonight, so they can't leave now. With this in mind, he ordered his men to set up a formation. Prepare to capture the drought demoness. Soon it was night. The drought demoness appeared again. But this time he brought a helper with him. Zhou was shocked. It's actually a second-ranked ghost man who's in the top 10 of the haunted house list. In just one look, the male drought demon broke the exorcism bureau's daylight formation. Then he came to Chen Zhuo's room. Chen Zhuo was sitting on his knees. Two words came out of his mouth. "You finally arrived." As soon as the words left his mouth, the door was kicked to pieces. Two ghosts rushed in with their teeth and claws wide open. However, Chen Zhuo went straight through them to the door. He looked around. Then he quickly ran back to his room. He picked up his slipper communicator code 1. "Call the headquarters. Didn't you say there will be an alien companion to take me home tonight? Why didn't anyone show up?" Over. Suddenly pointing at the drought demoness behind you. "You must be the one who spoiled my plans. The great warrior code 1 will not let you go." The male drought demoness saw that this kid dared to threaten his daughter-in-law, opened his mouth and spat out a mouthful of phlegm. It turned into countless slimes and flew towards Chen Zhuo. Luckily, the snot monster blocked it in time. At this time, police officer Kaka appeared. He led the troops to arrest the two ghosts. But the male drought demon's saliva is too corrosive. Even the explosion-proof shield couldn't withstand it. It didn't take long for them to be defeated. Suddenly, a roar came from inside the room. It turned out that Chen Zhuo's slippers were corroded by the saliva. The slippers had been corroded by the saliva. Chen Zhuo was furious at the moment. "Damn it! This is the only way to contact the headquarters. I want you dead. Then he dashed towards the male drought demon. Seeing this, the snot monster hurriedly strengthened his physical strength. Chen Zhuo swung his fist. He sent the male drought demon flying hundreds of meters away, and then with an elephant stomp, kicked the male drought demon to the ground. Then he pulled out a Jizo magic talisman from his pants. This is what happens when you mess with the Great Warrior Code 1. After that, he threw out the talisman in his hand, burning the other party to a crisp. Then he turned around and looked behind him. The drought demoness was already trembling with fear. However, Chen Zhuo looked aggrieved. In the next moment, he broke down and cried in front of the crowd. My communicator is gone. Great Warrior Code 1. I can't go back to the planet anymore. And Zhou in the monitoring room was shocked once again. He rushed to the dean's office. He begged the dean with tears in his eyes to take him away. A talent like Chen Zhuo shouldn't be buried. The dean was speechless. Brother, you're too ugly to cry. It's not that I won't agree. Chen Zhuo's mental state is not suitable for discharge. He didn't finish his sentence. Kaka burst in. Seeing the passionate scene in front of him, he was frozen in shock. Zhou quickly regained his composure and said, What's going on? Chief, it's bad. The little girl who took her life has appeared in the east side of the city. Zhou's head was spinning. The girl is very vicious. She's caused a lot of deaths. But the Exorcism Bureau can't do anything about her. They can only pin their hopes on Chen Zhuo. But we managed to convince the dean to agree. But Chen Zhuo is harder to catch than a stray dog. Zhou had no choice but to have him tied up. As he watched several strong men surround him, Chen Zhuo laughed. You bad guys have finally revealed your true nature. You've made a move on me. At this moment, I'd like to recite a poem. The police bullied me into being old and powerless. They carried me to the east side of the city. If I return to my home planet, I'll make you pay with your lives. Zhou was speechless. He knew that the only way to beat a fool is to be a fool. So he had to resort to the killer. The Great Warrior Code 1. I'm your alien partner Code 2. Chen Zhuo really quieted down when he heard the words. Then he said, Is the force with you? Zhou knew it was a code word. The force is strong with this one. Then he looked at Chen Zhuo with a nervous face. After a moment, Chen Zhuo raised his fist. The Great Warrior Code 1 and Code 2 are successfully wired. Zhou almost laughed out loud at this. He finally coaxed this idiot to stop. And then, he straightened his back, on behalf of the highest commander of the headquarters. On behalf of the supreme commander of the headquarters, I give the order to the valiant warrior Code 1. Destroy all ghosts. After hearing this, Chen Zhuo finally became normal for once. He promised to complete the mission. At that moment, the police officers on guard duty suddenly arrived. They claimed to have detected a fluctuation of yin qi. It must be the little girl who took her life. Zhou went to the door to find out what was going on. Chen Zhuo was very pleased to see this. It seems that Code 2 has penetrated into the hearts of stupid humans. He has to work hard too. At that moment, a music box attracted his attention. Out of curiosity, he put it in his pants. Suddenly there was a knock at the door. Chen Zhuo thought it was the director. He thought the director had sent someone to arrest him and take him back to the mental hospital. So he went to the door in a rage. He opened the door in front of everyone. But there was only a cute little girl outside. Chen Zhuo pressed her head and looked around. Did you see anyone in a white coat when you came here? The little girl didn't react for a moment. She shook her head adorably. Then she held up the doll in her hand and asked Chen Zhuo to play with her. But Chen Zhuo's face was full of disgust. It was dirty. She even lost an eyeball. It's fucking ugly. Then he slapped the doll away. The little girl was about to get angry. But Chen Zhuo suddenly grabbed her by the hand and dragged her into the house. Everyone was so scared that they wet their diapers. They wanted to run away, but their legs didn't work. Chen Zhuo put his hand into his crotch. What's so interesting about a rag doll? I'll show you a big one. He pulled out the music box he found earlier. It's really fun. It even glows. I'll close the curtains and take a look. But the little girl said she didn't need to go through all that trouble. She snapped her fingers, and it went dark. Chen Zhuo was so excited. Is this your special ability? I'll tell you secretly. I can do it too. I can be invisible. Then he covered himself with the quilt. How is it? Can't you see me? The little girl said she could see me. Chen Zhuo was a bit puzzled. This shouldn't be the case. Then he looked at the others. Can you see me? Zhou and the others looked away. They weakly said they couldn't see. Chen Zhuo put a blanket on the little girl. He handed it to them and said, Can you see her? The scene almost scared them to death. Because in their eyes, Chen Zhuo was holding a skeleton. In the end, Zhou's heart was overwhelmed. He fainted. Chen Zhuo happily hugged the little girl. To celebrate his successful invisibility. Suddenly he noticed a nail in the girl's chest. So he asked her what it was. The little girl said it was a cursed nail. She had 6 of them on her body. Chen Zhuo was furious. Which unscrupulous hospital is so cruel? I'll chop them up and feed them to the dogs. My parents did it. but they're already dead. The little girl was framed by her parents. That's why she died with such a strong grudge. Chen Zhuo was full of heartache. Chen Zhuo said he'd help her remove the iron nail. But the girl said no one could remove it. But Chen Zhuo didn't give him a chance to refuse. She reached out and grabbed at his chest. But no matter how hard he tried, the nail wouldn't budge. The snot monster had to give him a hand. In the next second, Chen Zhuo easily pulled out the nail. But the moment the nail was pulled out, the little girl's body suddenly glowed with black light. Then she rushed towards Chen Zhuo with her teeth and claws open. Chen Zhuo grabbed her little hand. Let's get on with it. After that, he did a fierce operation like a dog. With the help of the snot monster. With the help of the snot monster, he pulled out the rest of the nails. With the last nail out, the little girl instantly broke the seal and turned into a ghost. The black air wave generated around her body shook Chen Zhuo out of the window. He was about to be thrown to his death. A red ghostly aura suddenly appeared. Turned out to be the little girl. She actually saved Chen Zhuo. But just when Chen Zhuo was showing off his flying ability, suddenly a red light cut his finger. The little girl spoke slowly. An old woman I met a long time ago said, if you use the method of contracting ghost energy, she could stay with people. And it won't affect a person's luck. So let's use the gift you gave me as a contract. Let's make a contract. After saying that, he grabbed Chen Zhuo's hand and put his finger on his forehead. Then a green light emanated from his body. In the next second, she turned into a cute little loli. After the contract was completed, the little girl turned into a black smoke and entered Chen Zhuo's body. Everyone praised Chen Zhuo for his good work. Not only did he solve the crisis, he also contracted such a powerful ghost. Zhou was so excited that he burst into tears. You know there are 9 levels of ghosts, and the Exorcism Bureau can only deal with some low-grade ghosts, and a small number of ghosts. But with Chen Zhuo's help, they were able to take down a 3rd-level ghost in one go. At this time, Zhou liked Chen Zhuo more than his daughter-in-law. When reporting his work to the leaders, he couldn't help but sound a bit tougher. But as soon as he hung up the phone, the police received another mission. A serial murder case has occurred in Dongdakyo. So far 36 people have been killed. When Zhou was informed, Zhou took Chen Zhuo to the crime scene. Then he said in a serious manner, Great Warrior. Code 1. HQ ordered you to find out who's behind this case. Are you confident that you can find out who's behind this incident? When Chen Zhuo heard that, Chen Zhuo saluted. Code 1, copy. I promise to complete the mission. After that, he ran through the police line and went inside. But he accidentally fell on his ass. Everyone was so scared that they pulled out their guns. They thought he was attacked by an unknown object. Zhou looked embarrassed. Don't be nervous. He just fell down. Then he carefully lifted Chen Zhuo up. He didn't notice the black shadow behind him. The little girl realized the danger and showed up in time. She scared everyone half to death. Damn it, the little girl who killed her. Everyone, run. But turned around and realized. There's an even worse ghost behind her. Snot monster. One look and you can see his identity is actually a tiger spirit in the middle stage has killed more than 100 people. He's very strong. After saying that, he looked at the little girl beside him. Little sister, you're no match for him. You'd better run away. To the snot monster's advice. The little girl didn't pay any attention. She released her ghost energy to trap the tiger soul. The difference in power between the two sides is too great. The tiger spirit only exerted a little force. Threw the little girl 10,000 meters into the air. And then, he raised his paw and slapped at the people on the bridge. With a loud boom, the whole bridge was smashed to pieces. But the people didn't have any problems. Only to see that above their heads, a golden shield appeared. Turns out that just this morning, Chen Zhuo drew some amulets for them, including a singing and dancing rap charm, and a small fish spitting bubbles charm. There were all kinds of amulets. I didn't expect it to work. At this moment, Tiger Soul is in a daze. No matter how much he scratches and bites, he can't break the formation. They were so happy to see this. They were cursing Tiger Soul's ancestors. At that moment, a sinful hand stretched out from the crowd, aimed at the tiger's head. It flicked his head as hard as it could. Now the Tiger Soul was completely enraged. Its strength instantly tripled. It smashed the shield with one claw. Then it pounced towards Chen Zhuo. At this moment, the little girl who had circled the earth 81 times, finally came back. She tied up Tiger Soul's delicate hands. He angrily yelled, "Don't eat my master." After saying that, she used all her strength. He threw the Tiger Soul towards the people who were running away. "You go and eat them." The crowd shouted damn. But Chen Zhuo was not afraid of death and came behind the tiger. He plucked a hair from his ass. He even said shamelessly, "I want this big cat to be my mount." When has the tiger ever been so humiliated? Pounced on Chen Zhuo with its mouth wide open. But Chen Zhuo didn't dodge. "It's an honor to ride for the Great Warrior Code 1. It's an honor to be your mount. How dare you resist?" Then he clenched his fists. Seeing this, the snot monster hastened to strengthen his power. Chen Zhuo's meteor fist killed 18 of Tiger Soul's incisors. He killed 18 of Tiger Soul's front teeth. But Chen Zhuo didn't stop. He used his hands and feet. He hit Tiger Soul's face with a barrage of punches. Tiger Soul was unable to fight back. He raised the small white flag in his hand. The crowd was stunned by this scene. A tiger spirit in the middle stage of a ghost became a psychopath just like that. With Chen Zhuo's command, the tiger spirit reluctantly flew into the air. Within a few breaths, it brought Chen Zhuo back to the mental hospital. Just as the tiger spirit was about to take advantage of the opportunity to escape, Chen Zhuo made a rope in the air. He put it around the tiger's neck. Tiger Soul was dumbfounded. This idiot is not going to use the air to tie himself up, is he? But due to fear of his opponent's strength, Tiger Soul didn't dare to resist. He could only let him tie himself to the pole. After finishing, Chen Zhuo touched the tiger's nose. This is your. With my great warrior, Code 1. No one will dare to bully you. Tiger Soul couldn't help but curse in his heart. The only one who dares to bully me is you idiot. So he jumped into the air and prepared to run away when Chen Zhuo wasn't looking. When Chen Zhuo was not paying attention, he jumped into the air and was ready to leave. But he was pulled down by a force. It was the undead system that sensed Chen Zhuo's presence. It turns out that the undead system sensed Chen Zhuo's thoughts. Turned the air rope into a soul-locking rope. The tiger's soul was pulled back. His eyes instantly became empty and lifeless. He seemed to have lost his desire for freedom. Early the next morning, Chen Zhuo was basking in the sun. The snot monster wanted to help him cure his mental illness, but he was slapped away. The 43rd attempt to cure him ended in failure. At that moment, police officer Zhang Yuyu came over. Chen Zhuo said hello to him. Hello again, little ball. I've been to your workplace. But I didn't see you. Where have you been these days? Zhang Yuyu heard that and looked helpless. I went to the hospital. You were right before. I am indeed sick, and I have advanced breast cancer. When he finished speaking, he looked guilty and apologized. I misunderstood you. Chen Zhuo stood up excitedly and said, I was right, wasn't I? I'm a good judge of character. Now that the misunderstanding has been cleared up, let's be good friends from now on. Zhang Yuyu heard that and broke down a bit. There won't be a future. The doctor said I won't live for a few days. But I really don't want to die. There are still a lot of things I haven't done yet. These words made Chen Zhuo's psychotic CPU go up in smoke. After reacting, I pulled out a bottle of 82 mineral water from my pants. Don't cry, little ball. In front of my great warrior Code 1. It's nothing at all. Then he picked up the mineral water and started shaking it. He kept mumbling about the spirit of the heavens. The earth is full of spirits. Seeing this, the snot monster quickly changed the water quality for him and added the Guiying acupoint to it. A few moments later, Chen Zhuo passed the water to Zhang Yuyu. Drink it and you'll be cured. Remember to drink it all in one gulp. Zhang Yuyu took it half-heartedly. I don't know if I should believe the words of a psychopath. But if you don't drink it, you'll die. So he could only gulp it into his mouth. Suddenly, he covered his neck. He looked like he was in pain. Chen Zhuo quickly asked him what was wrong. Zhang Yuyu was speechless. There's sand in the water. And I don't feel anything special. It's impossible. According to my guess, you've already recovered from your illness. Zhang Yuyu touched his head after hearing this. Thank you very much. I have to go now. I'll come back to see you when I have the chance. After saying that, she turned around and wiped away the tears at the corners of her eyes. I'm really crazy. I can't believe I trusted a psychopath. At this moment, Director Zhou came over. Looked at the crying Zhang Yuyu. He said with a serious face. I don't agree with your resignation. But I have a terminal illness. I can't work. Before I finished my sentence, Zhou interrupted. I know. You're sick because you've been working with ghosts for a long time, and you know better than anyone else. Your love for this job. That's why even if you can't do your job, the police department will never abandon you. Think of it as a long vacation. What do you want to eat? Whatever you want to do, go ahead. The police department will take care of all the expenses. Zhou said that and saluted. He said solemnly. All this is in recognition of Zhang Yuyu's work. These words touched Zhang Yuyu to the core. Even her nose couldn't help but spit out a bubble. Then Zhou took a cell phone to Chen Zhuo. Seeing that it's the newly developed alien signal receiver. Because the dean, Li Qingshan, the director of the hospital, refused to allow Chen Zhuo to leave the hospital. In order to keep in touch with him, he had to spend a lot of money to buy him a cell phone. But as soon as he left the mental hospital, Zhou regretted it. Because Chen Zhuo kept calling him with harassing videos. Is Code 2 here? Code 2? Code 1 accidentally discovered the mysteries of the universe. Zhou was confused. Ask him what he discovered. You know what? It's really cool. 1 + 1 actually equals 2, my ass. Haha. That night, Chen Zhuo couldn't sleep. So he asked the little girl to take him out. The little girl understood in a second. She gave an okay sign. Then she turned her ghost energy into a rope. She secretly took Chen Zhuo downstairs. Chen Zhuo followed the rope to the place where the tiger spirit was tied up. As soon as he landed on the ground, he grabbed the tiger's hair and started to meow. While they were having fun, suddenly a man came over. He was carrying a tied-up girl on his shoulder. When they saw this, they hurriedly hid behind the car, although they were not hiding too well. But the man ignored them. He continued to carry the woman on his shoulders. At this moment, the little girl suddenly spoke up. The man's 3 flames are so weak. Even a dying man is not this weak. The so-called yang flame are the small flames on his shoulders and forehead. It's a small flame that represents the strength of life. You all have them. But that man's flame is almost invisible. When Chen Zhuo heard that, Chen Zhuo grabbed them and ran. I don't care. Let's go after him and take a look first. Then they followed the man to a courtyard. The man pushed open the door. He carried the woman inside. He was greeted by 3 ghosts. You're here again. What are you going to bet this time? The usual bet on my life. But you've already lost all your life expectancy. The man threw the girl to the ground. What about this woman? Pervert kidnapped a young girl. But he didn't want to take money. Neither was he after sex. He came to a dilapidated courtyard house. He wanted to use the girl as a bet, to win back his life. This is a casino. This is a netherworld casino that specializes in gambling on life. And it's run by 3 ghosts. After learning the man's purpose, the boss's wife stared at him with disdain. You're so disgusting. In order to survive, you put other people's lives on the gambling table. That, the man is anxious. I don't have much time left to live anyway. If he loses, he's out of luck. Hurry up and sign the contract. Chen Zhuo and the others who followed him here couldn't get through the gate. They had to climb over the wall. Then they ran towards the hall in a huff. Curious, they peeped through the window. They saw the man excitedly getting into the poker table. He lost several hands in a row. After a few hours, Chen Zhuo was almost asleep. The man came out slowly. At this time, his face was yellow and thin. He seemed to have aged a few dozen years. Chen Zhuo was wondering why his vitality was getting weaker and weaker. Suddenly, the boss's wife appeared behind him. You're here now. Why don't you come in and gamble? If it were anyone else, would have pissed themselves. But Chen Zhuo, a psychopath, didn't panic at all. He scratched his head. He said it's good to go in and have some fun. The little girl sensed the danger and tried to stop her. But Chen Zhuo didn't care. He lifted up his 6'8" long legs and went in. But just as she entered, she tripped over something. I looked down. The girl, who was just as beautiful as a flower, turned into a 70 to 80-year-old woman. At this time, the 3 ghosts started to introduce the rules. As long as Chen Zhuo can fulfill all his wishes, he'll be rich as a nation. He will be promoted to a high position in the government. But if he loses, he'll have to leave his life behind. The snot monster saw this and quickly stopped the brat. Gambling is not good. Don't touch it. You'd better calm down. Let's just kill them. But Chen Zhuo didn't listen to a word. He said it doesn't matter what you gamble on. But do you know how to smoke a bitch? The 3 ghosts were dumbfounded. Who gambles and smokes cocksuckers? This kid is a psychopath, right? But Chen Zhuo didn't even look at them. He introduced the game to them. Draw the small king and 3 eights from a deck of cards. The rest of the cards are divided equally. After the pair in your hand, you draw your opponent's cards in order. Whoever gets the 8 at the end loses. San Gwi is a bit speechless. You don't need to introduce yourself. We all know how to play. Chen Zhuo is very excited since it's like this. Let's start. After that, he started to deal the cards. In the first game, he drew a small king and an 8. The 3 ghosts were staring at Chen Zhuo with a bad smile on their faces. Then they turned on their penetrating eyes and prepared to draw. However, the snot monster had already seen through their schemes. So he turned on the anti-cheating system. The ghosts in the suits were blinded by this maneuver. Why can't I see through this card? Is it possible that his penetrating eyes are not working? He's been mulling it over for a long time. So he drew a random card first. But just as he drew the red 7, suddenly it turned into a small king with a flash of gold. The ghost in the suit was as shocked as the ghost in the suit. After reacting, he quickly sent a message to his companions that this kid is definitely weird. I can't see through his cards. Big Head Ghost shook his head. He said, don't panic yet. Let's play a couple more hands and see. But after playing a round, the ghost in the suit was completely dumbfounded. How come the 8 is in his hand? Chen Zhuo couldn't hear the 3 ghosts' voices. He's still basking in the joy of victory. Then it's Chen Zhuo's turn to draw a card. He reached out and grabbed the rightmost card. The boss's wife almost laughed her ass off at the sight of it. If you draw this small king, your life will be mine. But the moment Chen Zhuo drew, the card suddenly turned into a 3 with a flash of gold. With a pair of 3s, Chen Zhuo became the final winner. At this moment, the boss's wife was in a daze. The card was obviously a small king. Why did it turn into a 3 when he drew it? That's not right. You dare to cheat? Then he turned into a circle with a big grin. The other 2 ghosts quickly transformed. They yelled at Chen Zhuo and said, "Beat him up." As soon as they spoke, the candles suddenly went out. The door behind them closed with a clang. This sudden noise scared Chen Zhuo, a psychopath, out of his wits. However, he didn't realize the danger. He thought the wind was too strong and blew the door shut. Then he gave it a gentle push. Unexpectedly, there was a rumbling sound. The door fell to the ground. Chen Zhuo looked embarrassed. He pushed a little too hard. At that, the boss's wife was furious. "You son of a bitch. Don't play dumb. We're not talking about the door." When the snot monster saw that the other party was about to start a fight, he quickly called out the little girl. Tiger Spirit followed. He roared and shocked the whole audience. But Chen Zhuo pressed his head and hammered him as soon as he showed up. "Keep your voice down. What if you scare her?" However, the three ghosts were already scared out of their wits, because they know how scary this tiger is. Last time when they passed by the East Bridge, they were chased and bitten by it. If they didn't run fast, they would have died for the second time. But such a powerful character. But he didn't dare to say a word. At this moment, Chen Zhuo came over with a bunch of snacks in his arms. "I'm sorry for breaking your door. Consider this my compensation." When the three ghosts saw this, they took them respectfully. "I'm so sorry. You're too kind." Chen Zhuo took out his cell phone from his pants. "Since that's the case, we're good friends now. Why don't we take a picture together as a souvenir?" Then he snapped a picture of us together. Then he turned around and sent it to his friends. But when Zhou saw this message, he was almost scared to death. Because the three ghosts that appeared behind Chen Zhuo, they were the third most wanted ghosts on the list. The psychopathic boy just sent a friend circle. He almost scared the head of the exorcism bureau to death. Because the figure standing behind him is the third most wanted ghost on the list. Zhou immediately sounded the alarm. He called his team to rescue Chen Zhuo. But Chen Zhuo knew nothing about it. He continued to play cards with the three ghosts. After winning 30 hands in a row, he successfully won back the life of the kidnapped girl. The three ghosts are now upset. If we keep this up, we're going to lose all our cultivation. We have to show this kid a bit of color. So they smiled and asked Chen Zhuo to draw first. The snot monster sensed that something was wrong. He was about to warn him, but he was too late. A green light emanated from the card. In the next second, Chen Zhuo was transported to an unfamiliar world. Before he knew what was going on, he found a group of people pointing at the ground and cursing at him. They were beating him to death for stealing and not admitting it. "He's so ugly. He's not a good person at all." There was an ugly man curled up on the ground, pitifully explaining that he's not a thief. Chen Zhuo was dumbfounded. "Isn't he the fat guy I played cards with just now? Why is he here?" The snotty monster spoke up and explained. "This should be the memories of the three ghosts. It's also known as the so-called ghost spirit. They probably want to take your life here. We must find a way to get out of here." Chen Zhuo ignored the snot monster's warning. Chen Zhuo ignored it. He jumped directly in front of the crowd. He struck a pose in front of the crowd. Then he recited an incantation under their astonished gazes. "Heavenly spirit, earthly spirit. I have true feelings for my poker buddy. Can you let him play cards with me?" Then when the crowd wasn't looking, he grabbed Big Head and ran away. Go, go, go. Let's go back and play cards." Big Head was touched by this. Because he was too ugly. He was always bullied in life. That's why he has a strong grudge against humans after death. If Chen Zhuo had joined in the bullying, Chen Zhuo would have been revolted by his resentment. But I didn't expect him to save my life. This guy is really a good guy. Thinking of this, the big-headed ghost shook off. Chen Zhuo pointed to a portal and said, "Go that way. They're all waiting for you there." At this moment, inside a luxurious manor, a woman is watching the man on stage intently. After a few moments of singing, the man comes to the woman. He asks her how she did. The woman is full of admiration. She praises the man. Suddenly the door was kicked in. A commander and his soldiers came in. He looks like he's here to catch an adulterer. As expected, the woman panicked when she saw him. "Commander, why are you back? How dare you cheat on me?" Then she slapped her face. Then she kicked the man in the crotch. "Damn it! How dare you cheat on me? Arrest this couple." The woman looks aggrieved. "Commander, what are you saying? I don't know what you're talking about." The commander kicked him in the stomach again. "Don't play dumb with me." When the man saw his beloved woman being beaten, he rushed to block her back. "You scum! Come at me if you can. How can you beat up a woman?" Then he took her into his arms. "It's not enough that you married Xiao Chui by force. After marriage, you beat her up every day. You deserve to be cuckolded." The commander pulled out his pistol. "How dare you talk back? I'll send you to hell right now." He was just about to pull the trigger. Suddenly a human shell rushed over. Crack! Almost shattered his waist. It turned out to be Chen Zhuo, who was secretly hiding in the team. He saw his two poker buddies being bullied. He couldn't help but take action. "Son of a bitch, let my poker buddies go. Otherwise the Great Warrior Code 1 won't let you go." The commander was hit and couldn't breathe for half a day. "Which team are you from? Are you tired of living?" Chen Zhuo didn't want to talk to him. He stretched out his finger and spat out 2 words. I'll count to 3. Before he finished counting, the commander yelled at his men. What are you waiting for? Arrest this psychopath. Chen Zhuo, who's under control, looks defiant. You're the psycho. Your whole family is insane. Xiao Chui let out a giggle. This kid is awesome. How dare he defy the commander? I've been alive for 20 years. This is the first time I felt so happy. After saying that, she looked at Zhang Changshun, the man beside her. Take me with you. I want to live bravely for once. I've been waiting for you to say that. But I have to take care of that scum first. Only when he's dead. Then we can be free. With that, he raised his spear and charged. With a single shot, he knocked out 2 soldiers. Then he stabbed the commander's crotch with a flash. Chen Zhuo was so impressed by this sequence of moves. Chen Zhuo was so impressed. It looks like the commander's ass is about to die. However, the snot monster shook his head and sighed. This ghost is the result of what happened to the 3 ghosts in their past lives. They are the masters here. Whoever they want to die will die. But the appearance of Chen Zhuo, a psychopath. Gave them a touch of warmth and courage, thus changing the course of events. But unfortunately, the outcome could not be changed, just as Zhang Changshun was about to win. But a soldier circled behind him and cut off his head with a single slash. At night, Chen Zhuo and his men were tied to a stake. By now, Xiao Chui had resigned herself to her fate. Her beloved was dead. She didn't want to live alone. While Chen Zhuo kept on hemming and hawing, trying to break the 80-meter thick rope. At that moment, some villagers yelled and cursed. Shame on you. How dare you betray the commander? Such a good man. Go to hell. They threw out a torch. They planned to burn them alive. Seeing this, the snot monster rushed to add strength to Chen Zhuo. The next moment, Chen Zhuo ripped the rope. Damn, can we still play this card? Without waiting for the crowd's reaction, he pulled out the flaming stake. Then he waved it to the crowd. He yelled that Zhang Changshun was right. Xiao Chui is not wrong. It's you who are wrong. These words touched Xiao Chui to the core. She didn't think Chen Zhuo would go this far for them. If someone like Chen Zhuo could have stood up and said something, then they wouldn't have died with such a strong grudge. And died, right? As the ghosts disappeared, the figures of the 3 ghosts gradually appeared in the sky above the city. They asked Chen Zhuo why he was helping. Chen Zhuo showed a rare serious expression. Because I know. It's the world that's crazy, not you guys. After saying that, he turned around in style. If anyone bullies you again, you just hit them back. Simple. Don't think so complicated. After hearing this, Chen Zhuo's favorability was instantly increased. He's a nice guy. He's worth making friends with. But as soon as they returned to the poker table, they changed their minds. Because Chen Zhuo seemed to be hanging on by a thread. He won 90 hands in a row. Big Head wanted to leave. But Chen Zhuo grabbed him by the collar. You fat ass. You can't afford to lose? No, big brother. Then go on. Okay, big brother. Watching Chen Zhuo's wild laughter. The 3 ghosts are a bit numb. Who can save us? If we keep playing, we're going to lose all our cultivation. At that moment, the door was suddenly pushed open. Zhou rushed in ahead of us. Zhuo, don't be afraid. I'm coming to save you. But when he saw the scene in front of him, he froze in his tracks. How come Chen Zhuo didn't get hurt? Aren't you being a bit redundant? When the 3 ghosts saw Zhou, their eyes instantly lit up. Then they pounced on him with all their teeth and claws. I thought Zhou was about to die, but I didn't expect the 3 ghosts to pucker their asses. Kneeled down to him. Please take us away. If we don't stop playing, we're going to die. Zhou and Kaka were confused. Aren't these 3 ghosts high-level ghosts? Why does the detector show that they're low-level ghosts? The Chongsam ghost is pointing at Chen Zhuo in an aggravated manner. Our cultivation has been diverted by this kid. Director, you must do something for us. Chen Zhuo digs his nose, with a disdainful look on his face. I'm the one to blame for your bad luck. Before Zhou knew what was going on, he realized that beside Chen Zhuo, next to Chen Zhuo was a kidnapped girl. What's going on here? Why is there a hostage? When Kaka saw this and approached Zhou's ear. This morning we received a report of a missing daughter of real estate tycoon Mr. Wu. The daughter of real estate tycoon Mr. Wu is missing. It seems to be the woman in front of us. Then they smiled at each other. Chen Zhuo is really something. He even helped us find the missing person. I'll give him a big credit when we get back. Afterwards, Zhou ordered his men to arrest the 3 ghosts. The 3 ghosts thanked the commissioner. You're really a god. We'll be good ghosts from now on. At that moment, it was raining heavily outside the door. Chen Zhuo said hello. He was ready to go home and get some beauty sleep. Zhou said he'd arrange a car to give him a ride. But Chen Zhuo didn't like the little black box's speed. He flew away with a whoosh on his tiger soul. The next morning, Chen Zhuo just opened his eyes. He found a dark shadow standing in front of his bed. He was holding an 80-meter thick syringe in his hand. Chen Zhuo sat up violently. Ah, Yuan Ho, you're trying to hurt me again. Then he lifted his 500 years old foot and kicked it. Unfortunately, he dodged it easily. When the nurses heard the commotion, they rushed over to check. What's wrong? You're just in time. Help me hold him down. Yuan Ho tried to force himself on me while I was sleeping. I'll kill him today. When the nurses heard that, they all rolled up their sleeves. Don't worry, we'll take care of it. Then they grabbed Chen Zhuo by the collar. Dr. Yuan, do it now. We've got him under control. Turns out that the man Chen Zhuo called Yuan Ho is his attending physician, looking at the needle thicker than his thigh. Chen Zhuo almost pissed himself. Don't come near me. If you come any closer, I'll call someone. As soon as the words left his mouth, the hospital erupted in screams. A few moments later, Chen Zhuo walked out of the hospital room in a daze. Sitting on a bench, he was aggrieved. The people in white are all bad guys. They all helped Yuan to bully me. At that moment, Zhang Yuyu came over with a bunch of snacks. Hello, Chen Zhuo. Look what I've brought you. Chen Zhuo's eyes were glowing. Little ball, are these snacks for me? Yes, I made them myself. After drinking your water last time, I miraculously recovered. I really don't know how to thank you. Chen Zhuo waved his hand without a care in the world. No need to thank you, we're good friends. After Zhang Yuyu heard that, Chen Zhuo's favoritism went straight to the top. Then she remembered his tragic experience of being abandoned by his family. He was abandoned by his family. She couldn't help but feel a desire to protect him. So, with a red face, she said to Chen Zhuo, if you don't mind, I am willing to be your. Before he could finish his sentence, he was interrupted by a clear voice. A young lady ran up to Chen Zhuo. I finally found you. Thank you for saving me last night. So he's the rich girl who was kidnapped. She came here to say thank you. But when he saw her hands were empty, Chen Zhuo couldn't help but feel disgusted. Is this the sincerity of your thanks? Look at his little ball. And look at you. You don't even have a snack. You're so cheap. Then he spat a chicken bone at him. At this time, Zhou and Mr. Wu arrived at the mental hospital. But he was stopped by the security guard. Zhou angrily yelled at the security guard. Open your eyes wide. See that I'm a good friend of the director. Open the door. Let us in. The security guard was speechless. I've opened my eyes as wide as I can. The dean of the university has specifically told us. His seal is required. No outsiders can come in. The dean was just passing by. Zhou quickly greeted him. Mr. Li, tell the guards to let us in. Let us in. But Mr. Li was so cold. You can come in. Have you registered? Do you have my stamp? Zhou was dumbfounded. I do not go in. How to find you stamp? How can I let you in without my stamp? Zhou was shaking with anger. Can't you give me a stamp now? Dean Li shook his head. Sorry. I don't have it with me today. Zhou knew he was trying to make things difficult for himself. So he pointed to Boss Wu behind him. See that man? He's the richest man in Jinhai, Mr. Wu Badong. Chen Zhuo and I saved his daughter last night. He's here today to thank Chen Zhuo. The dean's face changed in a second when he heard that. Why didn't you say so earlier? Why did you bother Mr. Wu to come all the way here? I'm so sorry. The three of them went inside while talking. But the next moment they saw this scene in front of them. Zhou saw this. He rushed towards Chen Zhuo. Code 1. What's going on? He came to see you out of kindness. Why are they fighting? After Chen Zhuo told them what happened, everyone suddenly realized. So this guy wanted to receive a gift. Wu Badong went up to him and apologized. Master Chen came in a hurry today. I didn't prepare any decent gifts. Then he pulled out a check from his pants. This check is a token of our appreciation. Fill it out as much as you want. Chen Zhuo's eyes were glowing with excitement. He wrote on the check without any hesitation. A few moments later, Boss Wu stared at the numbers on the check. He was completely dumbfounded. Damn, this kid is really not polite. How could he afford to pay such a huge sum?